And I do apologize. Something just came up at the start of the game. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the Korean Starcraft League, week number 21. I'm of course just like VIP, and with me I'm joined by my lovely, my beautiful pleasures. I totally didn't wake up as the tournament was starting. Oh god, I had to quickly rush in to get everything done, but we are here. We are live with our first matchup of this morning, of this afternoon. And we have in the bottom right hand corner the Korean, the Japanese Terran player representing himself. It is HonMonO. And top left hand corner we have as a player the Chinese Protoss Firefly. For the starving camels. Oh my god, we have things happening. Okay, things are popping off. It looks like we had a double gas opener here from HonMonO, so faster factory. He's got his Reapers out, he's moving out with his Hellions as well. As I say that, they're getting caught out in the middle of the map by these Adepts. First Hellion does go down. Meanwhile, Firefly, interestingly enough, is going for a Robo opener, not a Twilight Council or a Stargate, so something very different. Oh boy. Aye. But yeah, I look, I may have woken up like an hour. I may have just woken up I woke up like an hour ago, but I was like, oh, I still got time to like get in a couple of minutes of sleep. I'll be fine. And I didn't set my alarm, and I slept in, and then when I opened my eyes back up again, it was like, oh, it's like 1 minute to the hour. I gotta go. So I quickly started up StarCraft. I started up OBS. I just posted on Twitter. I still need to post on Facebook and Instagram, but I'll do that after this game. It's fine. I need to post on Discord as well. But we're here. We're live. It's all good. With this Robo opener, we're going straight into Robotics Base. So Firefly being a little bit greedy here, cutting some corners. There's some pros and cons to this. We talk about this all the time. But because there is no Twilight Council, because there's no Stargate, Firefly doesn't really have a map presence. He doesn't really have anything being active on the map. He's not harassing. He's not scouting, other than this observer, of course. But he can't really do too much here when it comes to vying for map control. So he's stuck at home for the time being. But in favor of being stuck at home, he's able to rush into Colossus. The first Colossus is already on the way. Very fast Colossus production here from Firefly. The other added thing is that he did skip his Immortal as well. If you're trying to be safe, if you're trying to be secure, you go for an Immortal first, but no, he's going straight into the Colossus as well. So very greedy stuff here out of Firefly. HonMonO wasn't able to scout a single thing, has no idea what is going on. Aye. As Reapers are racing back home, Stalkers move out as well. Looks like the Observer was caught out. Good eye there by HonMonO to shut that down. Behind this is going into a 3-1-1. Standard setup here in this TvP. But even though the setup is standard, we have some Banshees, and I wouldn't be surprised if we pull the boys as well. It's HonMonO we're talking about. It's HonMonO himself. He is a very aggressive player. He sees the third base being taken. Are we going for a 2-base all-in? That is going to be the question. It has to be. I love that the Banshee is being incorporated. Interesting that we're not sending them across the map. There is no cloak, by the way, either. But here we go. The boys are being pulled. There's a reason why I brought it up, because HonMonO, he doesn't know what a third base is in TvP. Third? What? Huh? Who? A third in HonMonO's mind is your opponent takes a third base and then you attack. And then you just go all in. The boys are pushing out across the map. We have 3 tanks. Now the downside to this is specifically this build from Firefly. I feel like it counters this because we have 2 Colossi. We can just swipe away for days, and these bio pushes without stim, they're gonna have a hard time closing the gap. Like, sure, we have tanks to like really leapfrog forward, and the tanks, I love them. There are 3 of them. They have a couple of Banshees to support them as well, but right now, because these 2 Colossi, soon to be 3 Colossi, we can defend, or we can slow this down and, yeah, just chip away at it so well. Extended dominance is done. First Disruptor is out. HonMonO's on a timer. He has to go. First Nova goes off. Tank falls as well. Remember, HonMonO, he never saw the build. He never saw the opener. Didn't know what was happening until now. Now the Colossus are revealed. Third base is going to go down. And, hey, you know what? These Colossus, they've taken a lot of tank shots. A lot of shots to the face. There is no charge, so closing the gap here from Firefly is going to be difficult as well. I would love it if these Banshees were a little bit more proactive. If they attacked, if they forced the Stalkers forward into tank range as well. I do think we can accomplish a little bit more here with these Banshees. There we go. Up. Does force the overcharge. Tanks edging on ever closer as well. First Nova's going to be going off. Does connect, takes down 2 tanks. Very good Nova. Unfortunately, HonMonO wasn't able to spread out his tanks in time. He wasn't able to spread them out well enough. Yeah, and here we go. We're collapsing on this army. Every tank's going to be going down as well. The Marines are putting in a lot of work. But so are the Colossi. Oof. And as long as we have some anti-air, the Banshee shouldn't do too much else. Firefly shuts this down. He's got 3 Colossi to his name. He can counterattack, he can push out across the map. Again, the only big threat to him are these Banshees, and as long as we have some Stalkers, the Colossi are going to be okay. Across the map, these mineral lines may be in danger, but there's no reason to turn around. Firefly, he can just keep on pushing. We have 1 tank on the high ground. Only one. Boys are being pulled once again. For a second time, they're going down. We have Banshees across over. No, we have Stalkers to defend. The Banshees don't do too much. Firefly busts into the natural, busting into the main base. GG gets called, and Firefly takes game number 1. GG. Now we can post on Instagram. Un momento, un momento. Give me some time. There we go. Bam. Let me share my story. Okay. And now I just need to post on Discord. Here we go. We're going to be loading on in. The beeps are upon us. And we're getting into our next game. Broadcast. Sorry, my mind is still waking up, so I got lost on the way. I got lost, Papi. I got lost. Alright, we'll post on Discord after this game. Alright, here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Gress Farm, we have the South Korean Terran player living in the land of Japan, representing himself no longer on K10 Esports. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing the Starving Camels, up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. It is Firefly. I can't believe my eyes. He's up 1-0. Firefly. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. One of the Starving Camels himself, as a result, he has to be the favorite coming into this. I mean, HonMonO, I feel like TvP is his forte. I feel like this is the matchup where he can punch up the most, more than any other. But if you're familiar with his style, then it can be easy to hard counter. We saw it earlier. Going for the Robo first into Fast Colossus did feel like a hard counter specifically to HonMonO's style of just going for 2 base all-ins. Having Colossus that early on makes things so much easier. It gives you so much more time. It gives you so much more breathing room. As we saw, just, yeah, HonMonO just couldn't really gain enough ground in time. Wasn't quite possible for him, so yeah, I hope that HonMonO has something different in store for us. We see Firefly just being so much more annoying, shutting down or delaying that CC on the low ground as well, forcing it off center. Not the biggest of deals, but a bit of a mental victory here for Firefly. Of course, Terran, we can just lift up the building and replace it. So again, not the biggest of deals. But yeah, because of what just happened, I worry a little bit for HonMonO. He can play macro, don't get me wrong. It's like, it's in his wheelhouse. He has the power for it. He can pull it off. But at the same time, oh, hello Firefly. At the same time, it's not his comfort zone. It's not what he likes. You know, he doesn't like it, but he doesn't like playing macro. He doesn't like not pulling boys. You gotta pull them every time. Every time. Shaking my head, shaking my head. As we're setting up what looks to be a proxy Stargate here from Firefly, is going for a gate expand. The first adept has shown up, and no, actually we're going for a proxy gateway instead. A bit of a later gateway. Interesting stuff here from Firefly. It's 1 p.m. now here for context. Have you brushed your teeth? I'll do it soon. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, we are already throwing down our second and third racks. HonMonO once again is going to be going for an abundance of Marines early on. Once again, 2 games in a row, Firefly, he goes for a robo opener. Or a faster robotics bait. Ay. Just like that previous game. I wonder... I think this is going to hit faster for HonMonO, to be fair. But I do know that these robo openers, they hard counter 3 Raxes. That's what's concerning to me as we're going for a warp in here in the front lines. 3 more adepts do rock up. We do have a bunker, thankfully, but the bunker, it can't protect the mineral line. The adepts are going straight for it. They do shade on in. They deny all the mining time here at the natural base. HonMonO stuck on 1 base economy. Ay. And it's going to take him a while. It's going to take him a while to actually take control of his own natural. The adepts, they shade into the main as well. They threaten even going for the Hellions. They don't need to. They don't want to. They can just stay here and contain his opponents to 1 base. Finally, we're going to be getting out of here. Firefly recognizing that he doesn't want to overstay his welcome, doesn't want to throw away his units, and he's reinforcing with even more Stalkers. Meanwhile, it looks like the robo was just for detection. We're going for a Twilight Council behind this. We're not going into Fast Colossus. I appreciate it. I mean, we got a full... didn't get a full scout, but... you recognize that, of course, HonMonO is going for a different build. Oh, tank is going to get targeted down immediately. Boys are being pulled. Marines have arrived. Stim is still not done. Without Stim, we cannot really contest against this army. Natural base is compromised. The adepts shade in and they scout the build. They see the additional Raxes. We just go straight for the mineral line. We don't even care. Oh no, can we get a kill? No! No! Don't burn! Oh my god, we can repair just in time. CC is saved. Robotics Bay has arrived. Oh my god. So an ill-advised attack from Firefly. He takes 2 volleys to the face from that tank. So quite a bit of damage was done to his army. Back at home. Interesting. So he threw down the Twilight Council first. And then he's going for the Robotics Bay. So we're going for charge and then we're going for Colossus production. Gateway explosion is upon us. Firefly, he's just going for everything. Why not? Just get it all. Get it all. And yeah, I'm just waiting for the moment here when eventually HonMonO busts out. I mean, he does have Stim. He now has +1. But as we can see, Firefly, he's just being such a nuisance here, keeping him at bay. And we may just be forced into an all-in from here. I'm curious if HonMonO is going to try to macro out of this. I don't think that's going to work. And yeah, there we go. We're pulling the boys. One way or another, this game will end. Either with the Terran victorious or with the Protoss. First Colossus is out. We have a shield battery. Now, this army move out hasn't been spotted. We do have, obviously, a spotter gateway here. Outside of the natural, outside of the main, in the center of the map. But the move out hasn't been seen. Firefly trying to spread out his units. He has a second Colossus on the way. We do go for the warp, and we do have oh, no, quite. Don't have charge yet. We're still a couple of seconds off. We are still seconds away. Tanks are sieging. Ooh. Here we go, Firefly collapsing on this army. The tanks are doing a lot in the backline, to be fair. The target firing on the Colossus. First Colossus goes down, but it's not going to be enough. GG gets called. The Zealots overpower the Marines. And Firefly will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Firefly for advancing on into the next round, where he is going to be facing off against... Oh, or he's going to be waiting for a while. He is going to be waiting for a while. Again, GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations to Firefly. Shout out to HonMonO. That was a very HonMonO series, but again, it felt like Firefly knew how he plays. Like HonMonO, ideally, these builds go up against Stargate openers or Twilight Council openers with Blink. Standard play, right? Like your standard builds. Not this time. Firefly was a little bit more quirky. He was a little bit less standard. Able to come out on top, so GG, well played. Well, I'm just getting set up. And we're also looking for our next series as well. I think I want to avoid the PvPs. Never mind. Never mind. Lobby was just posted, but for Nightmare versus Stephen Curry, and I love Nightmare. I love Stephen Curry. But I want to try and stay spread out here and look for another series if possible. Okay. So I guess we can take this moment, exclamation mark B in the chat, to have a look at the bracket itself. And hop on over. And Firefly is gonna be waiting for... Wait, what? Why are there two Stephen Currys? I just realized there's SC2_Curry towards the north, and then there's Stephen Curry at the very bottom of the bracket as well. Pretty sure they're both the same player. So something weird's going on there, regardless. Periphean is, I think, going up against Dark at the moment. Winner goes up against Firefly. DRG just took down Bad Boars, waiting in the next round. We have Scarlet going up against Triple at the moment. Future just 2-0'd Lemon, waiting for potentially Ragnarok. You can see that the first rounds are wrapping up, where we're kind of getting through all of them. But there's nothing available to us yet. We were just offered a lobby for Nightmare versus Stephen Curry, but I want to stay in the upper half of the bracket instead. That is where I want to stick around. So actually, this is a good time to catch up.